With a nice kick off the wall.
Great pocket shot.
Now Scully, who has struck on her last 2 attempts, doesn't get the kind kick on the 10.
She's had the best look to the pocket. She's left 2 10 pins and struck twice. So she has a good look to the pocket. She's the one that I would be reading the lanes off of the most.
Scully is their number 3 bowler. And the senior, back in her home state of Michigan, had a nice round of applause before the match tonight. Spare shot is true for Scully.
I always thought the number 3 bowler was your steady Eddie. It was the bowler that maybe never shot the highest, but never shot anything low. They were just steady. You could always count on them being in the pocket, keeping the team motivated. It was a really good position.
Kind of the glue that keeps the top of the order and the bottom together. A couple in a row now for Nebraska as their 3 bowler Vandermeer strikes.
Both the last 2 bowlers moved a little bit further left, changed zones. Ball, plenty of hook, right to the pocket.
Once again, Baker format, so you've got 5 players to a side, and they each roll 2 frames in the game. Now Cortez in the 9th. Third strike of this game for the Jennies. Closing in on evening up this championship match at 1 game apiece. Valerie Calbury, after a discussion with her teammates, now on the approach. That close to a triple for Nebraska. They'll have to settle for the 2 in a row. Calbury now with the spare shot.
Great shot, leaving the 4 pin. That was a crucial frame. With the strike there, they forced Central Missouri to mark in the 10th. But it's also proof once they get back to this lane, they need to make the adjustment quicker and follow it to the left.
Much better the second time through for Nebraska. The spare for Calbury, and now Teresa Christopher in the 10th here for Central Missouri. A few pins right here should do the trick. There's the deck to even up the match. Just what the Jennies were looking for. The anchor seals the deal, and we are all knotted now at 1 game apiece. And the best of 7 just became a best of 5, as now Nebraska will roll out here the 10th frame. Substitution for Central Missouri here, to Jamie Mitchell to close out their 10th frame.
Once again, a great opportunity to bring in a substitute. Game is over. So either it's time to move on the lane, try something different, or bring in your substitute to make sure they still have a feel of the lane in case they have to come in.
They need her later on in the match. So the Jennies now officially taking game 2. Ashley does her job. Clearing off the bowling balls for Cassie Luthold here in the Nebraska 10th. Luthold has spent some time with the United States junior national team. And the junior looking to stay sharp.
Good shot. One thing you want to do is keep the feel of the lane. Maybe even try something here on this fill shot. Move a little left, try a different ball just to see what's out there. Because it will change when they come back to this lane.
That's 3 strikes in a row for Luthold, who just looked over at her coach and said, hey, coach, you want to send somebody up right here? And the Huskers will indeed go to Katie Ann Sopp, the sophomore from Circle Pines, Minnesota. 3 times the Minnesota junior champion. Sopp will get her spare ball. And then the teams will switch lanes again for game number 3. And we will jot down that both teams have now won on that left lane. See if that will hold true in the 3rd.
She switched balls to shoot the spare. Which is what I would have done. I would have done it to see what the lanes are doing and what the balls are doing on this condition.
The Jennies a little better than they were in game 1. Nebraska struggled, left 5 open frames. Not good enough in game number 2, and we are all even in the national championship match. Here in suburban Detroit. And we are all even at 1 game apiece in our best-of-7 championship match, the Coke Zero storyline. Nebraska taking the opening game 200 to 185. And then the Jennies bouncing back. Luthold struck in the 10th to seal that win in game number 1. And then the Jennies coming up big in game number 2 as Nebraska really stumbled out of the gate. And Central Missouri, 1 open frame now through their first 2 games. They cleaned everything up, except for 1 time. Terrific crowd here in Canton. Detroit, the metropolitan area, has over 100 bowling centers, over 58,000 registered certified bowlers. That is the most in the country. The largest bowling population in the U.S. right here in the Detroit area. And Nebraska coach Bill Straub, his first 2 NCAA titles in 04 and 05 were both over Central Missouri, trying to make it a 3rd time here tonight. And a substitution, they'll switch up their lineup now and leave Sopp in the leadoff spot to open up game number 3. And a tough split staring back at her.
Really good opening shot, playing the lanes the right way. She leaves the 4-9, looks good, comes in just a little high, doesn't get a break. She needs to hit to the left side of the 4-pin and slide it over into the 9.
They made the move after Kalina Henning had a couple of open frames in the 2nd game. Gets just the 1. And opening early for Central Missouri. And their leadoff, Alyssa Surgis. Surgis had 3 spares in her first 4 attempts. And coming on strong here to open it up with the strike for the Jennies.